Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News from TayNinhTV radio and television station. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Assembly Standing Committee recently reviewed the government's proposal on a scheme of arranging district and commune level administrative units in the period of 2019-2021 and establishing a number of urban administrative units of 18 provinces and cities, in which Hoa Than and Trảng Bàng, two districts of TayNinhTV province, will be transferred administrative units from the district to town. These are Hoa Than Town and Trảng Bàng Town in TayNinhTV province.
Trảng Bàng Township includes its current district whole land area and population, in which there are 6 urban wards and 4 suburban communes. 6 urban wards include An Tịnh, An Hòa, Lộc Hưng, Gia Bình, Gia Lộc, and Trảng Bàng. 4 suburban communes include Hưng Thuận, Đôn Thuận, and Phước Bình. Phước Bình is a new commune established on the basis of merging the whole area and population of 2 communes of Bình Thạnh and Phước Lưu. Phước Bình commune has a total natural area of over 34 square kilometers, including 10 hamlets with a total population of 16,644 people. In 6 wards, An Tịnh, An Hòa, Lộc Hưng, and Gia Bình are established on the basis of maintaining the current natural area and population of these communes. Trảng Bàng and Gia Lộc wards in particular, they have adjustment in their area and population. In 4 suburban communes, Hưng Thuận, Đôn Thuận, and Phước Chỉ communes maintain their current status of area and population. Meanwhile, Hoa Than Township has a natural land area of 82.9 square kilometers with a population of 147,666 people and 8 administrative units, in which 4 wards include Long Hoa, Hiệp Tân, Long Thành Bắc, Long Thành Trung, and 4 communes include Trường Hoa, Trường Đông, Trường Tây, and Long Thành Nam. The establishment of Trảng Bàng and Hoa Than Townships is in line with the regional planning orientation of the province, which is the basis for focusing on infrastructure investment according to higher criteria. According to the resolution number 48, date December 6, 2019 of TayNinhTV Provincial People's Council, in 2020, the total capital source of basic construction in the province is expected to reach over 3,600 billion Vietnam dong, an increase of 51.1% compared to 2019. With such a large amount of capital, it is necessary to accelerate implementation and disbursement. The capital source managed by the province of over 1,700 billion Vietnam dong will be allocated to 46 transitional projects, 44 newly started projects, and target support for districts. The capital plan of basic construction in 2020 of the province, including the provincial and central budgets, is nearly 4,400 billion Vietnam dong. This is the highest plan in recent years, so if it remains the same way as the last time, it will be very difficult in disbursement and completion of the assigned plan. At the Conference on Implementation of Socio-Economic Mission in 2020, Chairman of Provincial People's Committee Phạm Văn Tân directed departments, branches, People's Committee of District and City, project investor to radically accelerate implementation from the beginning of the year, promptly allocate on assigned capital. In addition, the district and city must actually complete procedures as prescribed. By March 31, 2020, the Department of Planning and Investment shall advise the allocation of undistributed sources.
Then Provincial Standing People Council organized a periodic session in January 2020 to discuss and approve many important contents, chaired by Ms. Phan Thị Điệp, Vice Chairwoman of Provincial People Council.
At the meeting, the Standing Committee of the Provincial People's Council, along with the leaders of the provincial departments and branches, discussed and commented on the contents submitted by the Provincial People's Committee, suggest the promulgation of standards and norms for using specialized areas of agencies, organizations, and units in the province, the balance of provincial level budget expenditures at the end of 2019, plans to yield revenue exceeding the provincial budget in 2019, Role discussion and analysis. Ms. Phan Thị Điệp asked the units in charge of making drafts to research and calculate carefully the contents before consulting the Provincial People's Committee. Also at this meeting, the Provincial Standing Committee of People's Council discussed and commented on the result of implementing the thematic supervision of the Provincial People's Council on the result of the implementation of the National Target Program on Sustainable Poverty Reductions of Tây Ninh Province in the period of 2016-2020, the 2020 Operation Plan of the Provincial Standing People's Council, and the 2019 Plan of Operational Summary of the Provincial People's Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, TayNinh Provincial People Committee implements the plan to organize many activities for the Lunar New Year in order to ensure the condition for people to enjoy the Tet holiday, take care of social security, ensure security and social order and safety, with the motto that there is neither harm to not have conditions for celebrating New Year, nor order and disorder happening.
At the conference, Mr. Phạm Văn Tân, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of TayNinh Provincial People's Committee, directed departments, branches, districts, and cities to well perform the task of ensuring for people to welcome Lunar New Year. TayNinh Provincial People's Committee assigned the Department of Labor, Work in Wellness and Social Affairs to fully and promptly implement social security policies, especially policies for people with meritorious services to the revolution and beneficiaries of social welfare, children with special circumstances, poor households, ethnic minorities, and other policy beneficiaries. In addition, they should strengthen the inspection and supervision of the process of paying allowance and benefits for the subjects, ensuring lawfulness, completeness, and promptness, as well as other issue handling. The Department of Culture, Sport and Tourism organized cultural, artistic, and sport activities to celebrate the party and the spring, especially activities serving for people in remote areas, implementation of methods to ensure safety for tourists and people to enjoy the happy spring, promptly prevent negative manifestations, and take advantage of festivals to gain illicit profits. Department of Finance strictly controls the budget, revenue, and expenditure. Meanwhile, Department of Industry and Trade coordinates with relevant sectors to closely monitor changes in market prices, especially essential commodities. The sectors will strengthen the inspection against smuggling, fake goods, poor quality goods. Department of Transport intensify the regulation, strict management of transportation activities, serving the travel demand of the people, checking the declaration of rate, listing rates and fares according to regulations, smoothly transporting goods and passengers, controlling the quality and technical safety of transport means. TayNinh Department of Health actively implements measures to prevent and control diseases, especially those at risk of outbreak in the winter-spring season. It also directs hospital and medical facilities to be on duty 24 hours a day, prepare sufficiently human resources, medicines, ensure timely first aid for patients. The People's Committees of District and City construct and implement specific plans in their localities, proactively organize social security activities, creating favorable conditions for people to have a happy Tet holiday. The voting culture of typical rural industrial products at the provincial level in 2019 recently held the certificate awarding ceremony of typical products in 2019 with the attendance of Mr. Nguyễn Thành Đời, Deputy Director of Department of Industry and Trade and Vice Chairman of Voting Council. The typical rural industrial products were voted from the district level. The total number of products registered for the district level vote were 31. It voted and recognized 24 ones at the district and city level in 2019. For the provincial level, the voting council chose 10 out of 24 typical products, including 1 of handicraft product group, 6 of agricultural, forestry, fishery, and food processing product group, 1 of product group of equipment, machinery, tools, and mechanical spare parts, and 2 of other product group. The products recognized as typical provincial rural industrial products in 2019 will be advised for Provincial People's Committee by the Department of Industry and Trade to complete a dossier of regional level voting organized by the local industrial department in 2020. The products were voted in accordance with the criteria of the product's revenue, market demand, the ability of create jobs for employees, environmental friendliness. Currently, at the beginning of 2020, Baden Cluster apple price is bought at the garden in TayNinhTV province is from over 25,000 Vietnam dong to 40,000 Vietnam dong per kilogram, depending on the quality of the fruit. The price is more than 20% higher than the same time last year. In recent days, because people planting cluster apple in TayNinhTV prepare for the harvest to welcome the 2020 Lunar New Year, the amount of cluster apple supplied to the market is large, an average of 12 tons per day, but the increase of price makes many farmers excited. At the moment, the trader buy it at the garden with the average price of 28,000 Vietnam dong per kilogram. The Type 1 cluster apple in particular has the export price of 70,000 Vietnam dong per kilogram. At supermarkets in the province, Vietgap cluster apple costs 90,000 Vietnam dong with 6 fruits. If this price is stable and is good shape with high productivity, the farmer can earn an average profit of 120 million Vietnam dong per hectare. By the time adjacent to the 2020 Tết holiday, the cluster apple price will increase more 15%.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for joining with us and see you next time.